Am I here? Are we on? Yo, how good is Sam's song, by the way? It's good, right? Very good. Everything sounding okay? Yeah? Very talented. All right, thank you. Okay, so, yes, we're making Lord of the Rings food. I've been reading Lord of the Rings to my daughter over the past few months. The Fellowship took forever, but we're burning through 2 towers. That's where shit gets good, you know? I don't want to spoil things for a 7-year-old book series and a 20-year-old movie series, but the first part of 2 towers is where the trees are and where the old man in the woods is, you know what I mean? So, there you go. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I didn't, dress up or anything. I also didn't say I was going to dress up, so, yeah, you can't be mad. But, I do have bare feet. Oh, God! So, just like a hobbit. And I did play the Hobbit in high school. And I think hobbits would approve of, dictating points with butter. 11 Z's. Motherfucker. So. Also, Barb, my neighbors aren't here, my kid isn't here, probably no family member cameos tonight. Barb! So, it's just Barb, me and Barb. We're gonna make lembas bread. We're gonna make Aragorn's Athelas tea, which is the tea he gives to Frodo when Frodo gets stabbed at Weathertop. And then we'll make potato soup. It's all recipes from the same link. I posted that in the Whitest Kids Reddit, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook, so you can find the links there for all that stuff. No primal screams, man. No primal screams, but I appreciate your enthusiasm about that. You know what I mean? Yeah, back the shit up a little bit. Raise it up a little bit. Yeah, motherfucker, Zucchini Boiz. Okay, I want to get right to it. Yeah, I played The Hobbit in high school at a play. I've probably told the story before, but me and my friends, we were in 10th grade, and we found out that they were doing a children's theater production of The Hobbit. So I quit my part-time job at the library. It's fuck books, I'm gonna act out a book. Quit my part-time job at the library, and we all just ignored all other extracurricular activities to go be in The Hobbit. And there were 3 of us, we were high school kids, right? So we're yeah, fuck yeah, children's production of The Hobbit, fuck yeah. So we went and we auditioned and we got the roles. I played Bilbo with The Hobbit. My good friend Casey played Thorin, the main dwarf, which Peter Jackson copied the kind of casting style there because my friend Casey had just dropped his baby fat and become a hot dude in high school, and so he was a hot dude playing Thorin the dwarf, and then Peter Jackson stole that idea and hired a hot dude to play Thorin in his version. Anyways, and then our friend Shane, who was tall, played Gandalf. So we were playing the main characters, and every other role was played by someone at least 4 years younger than us, in some cases 4-year-olds, right? And the problem with that is that in The Hobbit, most of the except for Gandalf, all the main characters are shorter than everybody else they meet. So we're going through this whole thing, when the elves arrest the Hobbit and his friends towards the middle or last third of the book. It's all these little 4-year-olds. They didn't have lines, so they could give the little kids the elf role, right? So it was a little silly. Sliced. That means I'm gonna cut it this way. Maybe a little thinner than that, though. Buddy. Zucchini Boiz. Zucchini Boiz. Get fucked up. It's Zucchini Boiz. Zucchini Boiz. Zucchini Boiz. Yeah, motherfucker, it's Zucchini Boiz. Yeah, and then, the sets looked crazy, because they were also made by children, so it was, made by children, So, It was kind of funny. It was a lot of fun, though. And, you know, me and my fucking nerd friends, our dreams came true because we got to play The Hobbit and say all those great lines, you know. But then also, people were like, you guys were great because we were such good actors compared to a bunch of fucking 10-year-olds and 4-year-olds, you know. So it made us look really good. That's some good slicing. I don't know if it is or not, but that's what I want to do. Yeah. I think I'll just do the rest thin. Because I'm going to be mushing this up a little bit, I believe, so whatever. Yeah, so my daughter and I are reading the books for the first time, and just like when I showed her The Matrix, or Terminator 2, or Empire Strikes Back for the first time, part of the reason for sharing stuff I like with my kid is you so rarely, as a nerd, you know, when you're a dork and a nerd, you tend to hang out with other people that like the same stuff you do. And now those things are, you know, Star Wars and Marvel, and the Lord of the Rings, everybody likes them now, fine, whatever. But I grew up for a long time with that not being the case, right? But so you're still hanging out with people that like the same shit you do, and so they're already aware of all the twists, you know? So it's fun watching, you know, like when we're reading the book, she's like, wait, who's this old guy? Oh my god, it's Gandalf! You know? That kind of thing. And she had some of you, I think, follow me on Letterboxd where I review movies, but so I showed her Terminator 2 recently, and Sam had told me, he's like, you should get her, you should show her Terminator 1 first so that the twist works. And, you know, as a kid, I saw Terminator 1 first because it came out when I was like 10, so I saw it immediately, as soon as I could afterwards, because it looked awesome, and I was right, it was awesome. But I forget that it was a twist, you know? And they kind of ruined it in the marketing, you know? And, so I was like, yes, Sam, you're right. So I watched Terminator 1 with my daughter first, which is a little bit more hardcore of a movie. It's kind of like a horror movie, basically. And she really liked it, and so we watched Terminator 2. And so in that scene, when, you know, the whole maybe first 20 minutes or so of the movie, you're not sure. You know, the Terminator shows up again. He was a bad guy in the last movie. Here he is again, looking older and different, but still badass, right? Still Arnold. And so you don't really know. And so she just, and in that scene, once they finally reveal his intention, not saving for stock, ooh, assumption dance, let's all do the assumption dance. First of all, you can just ask fucking questions. That's not really a question. It's just had a mark in it, so that's a little better than normal. But also, like, I have a bunch of shit to do, so no, I'm not making stocks. Onion ASMR. Yes. Hello, hold on, hang on. Anyway, so we get to... Also, I'm telling a story. Don't fucking get on my technique or I'll kick you out of here. Anyways, so we're watching Terminator 2. My daughter has seen Terminator 1, so she's aware, you know, that Arnold's probably... She's just thinking Arnold's a bad guy again, right? So... Then he gets to John Connor, and is like, get down! And she's like, what? And then he, like, shoots the cop guy. And then, you know, they fight and run off. And then they have that chase scene, and he picks the kid up off the motorcycle. Or no, so before that, after they fight, and he tells John, get down, and they fight, I pause, I ask my daughter, I'm like, so what do you think about that? She goes, I think the Terminator is lying to him. The Terminator is lying to John Connor so that he will trust him so that he can kill him later. I was like, that is brutal. Kids today are fucking brutal. But then I said, what about this other guy, this police officer guy, you know, who was T-1000? She's like, I don't trust him either. I'm like, well, okay, listen. If she immediately distrusts cops and immediately distrusts white middle-aged guys who, like, dress up like a biker, which is a big problem in the state where Sturgis is. If she immediately distrusts both those kinds of guys, then I guess I'm doing something right? It's like, oh, you distrust the police, okay? You also distrust fucking, you know, bikers that are probably a pro golfer that just fucking wear this shit on the weekends. Yeah. You're doing well, kiddo. You get it. So. But yeah, and when she had a similar response to, Darth Vader telling Luke, I am your father. And she was like 4 when that happened. By the way, here's the plan. I'm doing the soup in the Instant Pot. Once I get it going, I'll move it out of the way, but I want it here so we can get the butter melting cam and all that stuff going on. Anyway, so she's like 4 years old. We're watching Empire Strikes Back for the first time. And butter cam! We're watching Empire Strikes Back for the first time. And, we're at the end, and Vader's like, I am your father! And again, I pause it. I go, what do you think about that? She goes, he's lying to him. I love it. I love that. But it makes sense, right? Because he's the fucking bad guy. Yeah, bad guys are liars, right? That's a bad thing to do. And he's a bad guy, so he must be lying, right? Yeah, butter melting cam. Yeah, that is a good cam. You're right. What's up, everybody? How you doing? If you don't know what this is a fat man making food for money, sort of. So I'm part of the Whitest Kids You Know, and we are in the final funding stages, just kind of dotting the I's, crossing the J's, for our animated film, which you guys have funded over the last 2 years, so thank you very much. And we're just finishing that up. Every time you subscribe, you can also donate. There's merch you can buy, blah, blah, blah. Every time you spend money on us, it goes towards the movie. And you've probably noticed we've been pretty scattered all over the ends of the earth lately. Sam's got a baby coming, which I guess is an excuse. And Darren lives on the other side of the world with his family, which I guess is an excuse. And Zack's finishing up a movie that he wrote and directed, which I guess it is an excuse. And I have been raising a daughter alone and having a rummage sale and starting new hours at work, which I guess is an excuse. But anyways, all that is to say, I don't quite know where we're at with funding. Whoa, this potato's all fucked up in the end. Yuck. Anyways, I don't know where we're at exactly with all the funding, but I'm sure we're getting close. Anyways, once we do that, then we'll be good to go. And, we'll probably keep doing shows anyways because it's fun. But, yeah. Are you going for theater release? No, we're not. I'm not getting into that with you. We're figuring out what to do. We'll definitely make it so people can see the movie. And we would love for it to be in theaters, but, who knows? We'll see what happens. So I guess I did get into it with you, but, just know it's coming. There are people who, every time we stream, we're like, when's the movie come out? It's like, dude, I don't know. Don't you know how stuff works? I mean, I know how people don't. There's a lot of people here in the Midwest, for example, that think when we made Whitest Kids, we just turned on a camera and, made shit up on site, which is not true. Never improved. Also, if you're just making shit up, then, where did they get, the replica Ford's Theater? Where's the peeler cam? I'm peeling right here. Oh, the butter is melted. Let's get the onions in there. Oh, my God, I just got onions all over the fucking place. Well, whatever. It's probably more onions than they want, because they always say, a medium onion. In South Dakota, everything's gigantic. Not because we are good farmers. We are, I suppose, but it's more of a GMO deal. Anyways, I want a Watertown premiere. Well, if you live here, okay, I'll be in disguise. I don't want to meet anybody. Anyways, yeah, I would love to do a Watertown premiere. I was hoping, Zack's movie is getting a wide release, which means it's possible it will be released in Watertown. However, as far as I know, his movie is not about Jesus or Kevin James, so there's less of a shot that it'll show up. And horror movies don't get here. We don't get a lot of the horror movies because, my town's corrupt and full of religious people that think they can tell everybody how to live. But, Rockstar says, SSS last week was sick. You and Zack should make Movie Boys a regular thing. I had so much fun talking movies with that handsome boy. He's a good guy. Okay, what am I supposed to get in here? Melt butter and saute onion until translucent. Add potatoes, milk, chicken broth, chives, celery seed, and thyme. So I gotta chop up the chives too. Okay, I gotta slice these quick. Oh, I guess I'm using this knife now. Whatever. Burp. Sort of. Drake Bell's the lead in Zack's movie. Nope. Sometimes 2-year-old jokes are not true. But he's got a good cast. That's my favorite non-Lord of the Rings Sean Astin role. Encino Man. Good question, because I think it's well known my stance on Goonies. Hated it because people are too fucking loud. Like, I know I'm a loud guy and I get yelly and whatever, but like I just don't like a lot of screaming, and like I was on a pontoon party for my job last night with a bunch of my coworkers, and they're all great people and I love them and we had a blast. But some of them are just very loud. Then they're like, let's go to the after party. I was like, I'm gonna go home and watch, what did I watch? The rest of the 80s espionage movie The Soldier, and ate nutty bars. It was a great night. Space Geisticle, whatever. Yes, I do have a recognizable voice. I did find, though, that when it came to people like saying hi in public or whatever, Trevor and I feel like it was easier for people to recognize us because, especially if we were together, because Trevor was like 1,000 feet tall and I'm 3 feet tall, and so it's very easy. But also just in general, we kind of look the most cartoonish out of everybody. I feel like the other two guys are varying degrees of just like normal looking or beautiful. They're all beautiful, but also more normal looking. Has my daughter seen A Sixth Sense yet? No. That's a good one for a twist, isn't it? We should get to that one. Okay, until they're translucent. Add potatoes, milk, chicken broth, chives, celery seed, and thyme. Okay, so we're gonna put the potatoes in here. Potatoes. Oh God, some of them. Whoa. Do you see how I just saved that big chunk? Again, well, this was the amount of potatoes is measured by pound, so that's gonna be correct. I do gotta measure some. I gotta cut some chives right now. How much do we need? 1/4 cup. Fucking shit. I think I took them out though. But where? There we go. So I got green onion. I don't find chives very often around here. I got green onion. Ooh, they got a little wilty. That's okay. How's everybody doing? Just got back from Vegas and wore my local sex pot shirt. Are you the person that posted that on Reddit? Because I saw that. Very cool. Timmy, I'm going on a date. I have to miss the stream. I hope she's worth it, but if not, oh well. Mighty Ginger 4, good luck. Is this like a first date with somebody? Or a blind date? Alright, need about 1/4 cup of these boys. Let's see how we're doing. It's a first date with somebody from Tinder. Alright. Whatever parts you have, whatever body parts you have, I hope you get to put them in whatever body parts she has, or touch them together, or rub them together. Whatever you're into. Good luck. I hope everything gets rubbed together. Tell my worst date story. In 2003, a long time ago, I was on Lava Life, which was a dating service. I very briefly was very lonely in New York and decided to try some online dating. Ugh, such a fucking dumb idea. So I went on this one with this girl, and we went to a coffee shop. We were just talking, and it just was kind of boring, and nobody really gave a shit. We had talked on the phone for a while before that, but it just wasn't into what I had to offer, I don't think. So anyways, which is fine, whatever. But so she gets up. I found some rotten pieces in that potato. Okay. She gets up, and I'm gonna turn this off for a second. She gets up and, hold on. Potatoes, okay, milk, chicken broth, celery seed, and thyme, okay. Milk, regular milk. How much? 3 cups. Anyway, so we're just hanging out at the coffee shop. She gets up and goes to the bathroom, Comes back and says, my friend's boyfriend just broke up with her. I gotta go help her or whatever. It was like total bullshit. I was like, okay, whatever. You know, I kind of got it. Okay, the chives need to go in there, and some chicken broth, which I got this here. She had returned some videotapes, right? Yeah. Oh, she had a dentist appointment she forgot about. And you know, it's fine, whatever. I hope that lady ended up doing well in life. Fucking whatever. I wasn't that into her either. It was just, you know, fine. But it was just so funny to like, I don't know, just say, just fit like. I think we're almost like done drinking our coffee or whatever it was anyway. So it's like just like finish and then later be like, you know, that's like, isn't that kind of how normal people would do that? Forgot I left my oven on with my cat on the balcony. Yeah, totally. 5.5 cups canned chicken broth. Well, that wasn't a can, but whatever. Okay, then I need the celery seed and thyme. Okay, I still need a half a cup here, so I got a can of chicken broth. Where I was gonna get my can opener. Where the fuck is my can opener? Well, here's the other one. I guess I didn't have $50. If you were sent away to a distant planet of other beings who wanted to learn about us, how would you explain the best things about being a human? Sometimes, if you're all alone and you're like bored, you can like touch parts of yourself, and it makes your brain like go woo for like a few seconds. That's about it. I'm making you hungry, good. And this is around dinner time, so you know, works out, right? Okay, we don't need the chicken broth anymore. Okay, and then we need celery seed and thyme. How much of each? Half teaspoon celery seeds, 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. Okay. Fog, so that's funny. So I just explained to my girlfriend the ad revenue on the stream goes to more. She said, so it doesn't just go to more zucchini? No, you know what, actually? The reason Zucchini Boiz even happened is because of free zucchini. So this is celery seed, by the way. It's very small. It's not like putting other seeds in. It'll dissolve. So my good friend Sidecar, he's been on the stream a few times. He's a gentleman and a scholar and an inventor and a bike nerd and just an awesome guy. Anyways, he actually just dropped off some fresh chicken eggs. See, that's the kind of dude we're dealing with. So he would also give me zucchini every once in a while. And like around here and other places where you have a lot of good gardening season, I'm sure you get this too, where it's, you know, there's kind of a phrase that happens. It's zucchini season, lock your doors, right? That's what, because zucchini, once it grows, it's extremely plentiful. Soup mode. I thought there's a soup mode. Okay. Wait, I don't want soup mode. I just want to, like, hold on. I don't know what I'm doing here. I could do that, but I think I should just get it simmering. Oh, cover and simmer gently for 60 minutes. Should I forgot to look up how soup works in an Instant Pot. I feel like I just do it on normal for 60 minutes. Do I need the lid on for that? I suppose I do, huh? And now we're gonna actually, fuck, I forgot part of my plan here. Okay. So, I don't want to have everything crowded up here. So now, we're going to move the Instant Pot going to take it back here because we're going to be covering it anyways. Okay. I think I need a lid on this. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I think I'll just put the lid on and make sure the pressure valve is off. Should be fine. Okay. Five minutes at pressure? Yeah, maybe I should look that up. Oh yeah, there's two computers right here. It just explodes, poof. Nah, I mean, I took the pressure mode off, so. Okay. What am I? Okay. Isn't this exciting? It's about soup. How long? For? I guess I should look for the instruction book too. Man, at least I'm thinking about it now and not like an hour from now when I'm burning the shit out of it, right? Parataran, why do you keep asking about my gigantic dick? I mean, you're right in assuming that. Okay, so it says do less. Let me just see what this. You've seen the videos. What videos? There's no videos. Fuck you, videos. Okay. Alright, I gotta look this up. Okay, let's check it out. Is that why there was a hot dog sketch? No, the hot dog sketch was because I'm a fatty. You know? It's okay. It's just safety and maintenance. How much you dudes paying for gas there these days? South Dakota? We're like 460-ish right now? Oops. How long do I make Instant Pot? Fucking learn how to talk, idiot. How long do I make soup in the Instant Pot if the directions say simmer for 60 minutes? Okay, there we go. Fucking pop-ups. Okay, here we go. Oh shit, it's a good idea to decrease a soup's liquid by around half a cup to ensure it won't turn out too watery. You know what, though? I put so many fucking onions in there that it'll be fine, I think. Okay. Oh, here we go. How to simmer an Instant Pot. Okay, I'm almost there, you guys. Okay, but what do I need to do next? I have a list. Where did I put my list of which order to do this stuff in? I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. Okay. That's what I thought. Wow, this is written by like fucking robot. I'm just scared here. I'm scared, and I'm afraid I'm not gonna do this right. So we're gonna hold off on that. I don't know why. You think I would have looked this up earlier, but whatever. I just don't know, you guys. Throw it in a pot. Yeah, well, I know I can do that, Mythic. Thank you for explaining how normal kitchen shit works. Yeah, wrong star. Perfect. There you go. Thank you. In the meantime, I'm just going to get my soup tea stuff ready. I think I bought way too much ginger, but that's okay. Instant Pot loaded potato soup. This will be about exactly what I want. You're gonna look into ninjas? Oh, yeah. Also look into ninjas. Okay. Place the lid on the spot. Turn the vent valve to ceiling. Okay. All right. Oh, come on, you son of a bitch. All right. So, cook over manual high pressure for 10 minutes, then quick release the pressure. Okay. How much was this guy dealing with here? What size was his thing? Oh, he's not saying the sizes? God, I fucking hate the internet. Okay. No offense, people on the internet. Cooking blogs make me want to breathe fire. Okay, so this is a little smaller than my recipe. So we're going to go... Dude, there's so much fucking garbage about why did I eat potatoes? I'm like, here's my history, my entire life history of what I think of potatoes. Okay, so turn the pot to side. Okay, good. Okay, cook over manual high pressure for 10 minutes, but his is only like 3 cups of broth. I got a lot more going on, so we're going to do 15 minutes and see what happens. Okay, I think I will survive now, and everything's fine. Everything's fine! Yeah, cooking blogs are possibly the worst part of the internet, 100%. Exactly, Kate Vandy K. Exactly. Or Van Dyke, however you say your name. Sorry. Want to know how to make a PB&J? It all starts when I was a little girl. My grandfather, who was a blacksmith for Edison, loved the wrong woman. Eventually, this love led to Africa, where they had my father. That is exactly. Okay. All right, so we're going to get the tea ingredients ready real quick, then we'll make lembas bread. So we're going to get the ginger, mint, and garlic. We need 3 to 4, I'm going to do 4, half-inch coins of ginger, which I, for somehow read that I needed 3 4-inch pieces of ginger, so I have a fuckload, so I'll just figure out other stuff to do with it. That's fine. So let's do this. Peel it. I'm down here peeling. I'm not like throwing up or anything. Whoa! But they say coins of ginger, like it's easy to find a big fat ginger thing. It's like, I live in fucking South Dakota. We should be happy I could buy ginger, period, in this form. Normally only in prepackaged cookies. Parataran asked, Timmy, when did you realize that you're one of the... At what age did you realize you're one of the raddest motherfuckers on this planet? Dude, no good comedian will ever think that. I'm not saying I'm a good comedian, but I also don't think that, and I never will, because my brain won't let me. So, there you go. There's your answer to that. But thank you for your support. Yeah. We'll call that a half-inch coin. Okay. Exactly. They actually have ginger root in South Dakota. I know. Surprise, right? You can find it. But I was just talking about how this recipe for this tea I'm going to make says you need 3 or 4 half-inch coins of ginger. And it's like, well, I don't get the coin-shaped ones. I get whatever they fucking have here. And... you know, we do have a few Asian places here, a few Chinese restaurants, a few sushi places, and obviously a lot of those recipes use ginger, so I think that's part of why, because since there's people here from those countries, they also like to cook that way, and, you know, or cook, you know, they want to cook with ginger and stuff, so I feel like that's part of the reason. Like, for being in the fucking middle of nowhere, it's interesting. This was years ago, but it was out, like... on the highway, kind of almost getting out of town, in this really weird spot, I noticed a business in a strip mall that was called, it said it was a Mongolian restaurant. And I don't even, or was it Mongolian? No, Malaysian. It was Malaysian. Weird, right? So what I'm saying is, you know, maybe there is a reason there's ginger available around here. But also, I know there's a family from India that owns a motel or something around here. And I always want to be like, do you guys... I'm not saying that just because you're from there you have to open a restaurant. But I love Indian food. Do you guys have like a grandma that can cook or something that you could fly here? You know? Because I think, you know, a bunch of Midwesterners who love eating hot dish in church basements would dig Indian food, you know, like rice and sauce and meat and stuff, you know. You're right, Tidgy, or whatever. Disastrous choice. What is really rural? Where are you at? Well, because you're in South Dakota, so you know what rural really means. And then I'll tell a story. But what part of South Dakota? You have to buy the paste. I should make Indian food on the stream. Have I not? I thought I did once, but yeah, I should. Brookings used to have a decent Indian buffet. Sioux Falls does too. Shahi Palace, right? Have I traveled abroad much? No. All right, one more coin. I think that thing is okay over there. I don't know. Disastrous choice. What part of South Dakota? You can tell me very vaguely, and I'll get it. You can just tell me a region or, you know, something. RB. Fuck. I actually don't know what that means. You think you know a place. Rosebud. Okay. So you're on Rosebud. Gotcha. There's a comedian that I did some shows with out in Rapid City who I love to death. And he has been involved with doing stuff on the Rosebud Res. Sheldon. Did Whitest Kids do tours overseas? Did people get the comedy? Well, we've done Canada. So no. Here's the deal with that is comedy is not always easy translatable into other languages. But we have a lot of fans in Argentina, I think. There's some, I forget which country exactly, but I want to say it's Argentina. But there's a country in South America that for years now, kids from there will be like, we love you, come here. And there's like a lot of them. And so we've always been like, that's crazy. We should go there sometime, you know. Okay, so place ginger, mint, and garlic in a cheesecloth and tie off. Okay. I do have cheesecloth today. 1 clove of garlic. So this is, okay, what I'm making right now, I'm preparing the ingredients for, because this is all Lord of the Rings stuff, I'm preparing ingredients for Aragorn's Athelas tea. It's the tea that he gives to Frodo in the book Fellowship early on. Not in the earliest part of the book, but after the first, like, 150 pages when shit starts happening. They're in Weathertop. Frodo gets stabbed by a Nazgul, and he is not doing so hot. So Aragorn makes him this badass tea, and that's what we're gonna make. When your daughter's old enough, will you show her Miss March? No, I'll be too busy showing her like good shit. The weed tea? Yeah, so here's the deal. And actually it does support your what you're saying. So I got all these Lord of the Rings recipes from like from a blog of like super Middle Earth fans. And so they all seem to know their shit. And I found this blog by reading an article about Middle Earth recipes, and they were saying like these people are good. So that's where I went. And so on the description for the tea, it says that obviously Athelas is not a real plant. So they went with mint. Now, cannabis is a form of mint, so yes, I would say calling it weed tea is not super far off. I feel like the blog was probably written when it was still pretty much not okay anywhere around here to legally put weed and stuff. So. Is Galadriel considered a MILF? I don't know. Is she a mom? I mean, elves are just elves, right? I don't know. I suppose. Here's the deal. When we were in 2008, Whitest Kids got to present an award at the Independent Spirit Awards. And now, I'm not saying I got super horny about this. Like, this isn't a horny thing, so I don't know if MILF is the right word. But, so we were at the Independent Spirit Awards. It was 2008. And Kate Blanchett was there. And she was super pregnant at the time. But she, like, walked by our table, and she was just, like, tall, into this flowing gown, and just, like, walked by us, and everybody's just like, oh, my God. You know, just like, not like, oh God, it's so fucking hot. It's just like, you're just beautiful, and nobody can fucking understand how this is real, you know? She was just it seemed so fucking classy and cool, you know? So, 3 sprigs a mint, approximately 7 to 10 leaves. Okay, so I got like a few in here. Okay. You got her number? No. Is that the award show where you guys met LL Cool J? No, that's something else. That was way after. The award show, the Independent Spirit Awards, we met, actually, Steve, God damn it. Steve Zahn came up to us and was like, I like you guys a lot. We're like, thank you. And I think we briefly met David Allen Greer. We made a joke at, I think, the 2008 one, where Sam apologized. We did something stupid, and then Sam apologized to the audience. He goes, "My apologies to Dustin Hoffman and his son Philip Seymour Hoffman." And then later on, what is Bardem's first name? Javier? I can't remember. Anyways, he gives a speech. He has to bring out Dustin Hoffman. So Javier Bardem goes up to bring out Dustin Hoffman. And he goes, ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him, I fucked him. Dustin Hoffman. That was Javier Bardem's little joke. And Dustin Hoffman comes out and says, like, yeah, I have had sex with Javier Bardem, and Philip Seymour Hoffman is the product of our union. So he, like, referenced a joke Sam made, so that was pretty fucking amazing to us, right? Okay, so place ginger, mint, and garlic, peeled but not crushed, in a cheesecloth and tie off. Cooking is going all right. I had a little bit of confusion with the soup about not dying because I'm cooking it in an Instant Pot, but whatever. So we're just going to make a little cheesecloth bump with flavors in it. We're going to get a bunch of water boiling. Tie off sounds dirty. Well, it sounds like doing heroin, but this is like the opposite of that. This is healthy. This will be good for me. I actually got a little phlegm building up in the lungs lately. I don't know, just, seasonal change. So, it'll be good to get a healthy tea happening. Okay, so we're going to boil this one. Burp. You were home alone this week? Ah! You get it? Okay. Alright, so we need a bunch of water. We need 2 liters of water. I think the person that wrote this recipe was not from America because they said liters, so I guess I can trust it. Small bump of cheesecloth. Yeah, that sounds like drugs too, doesn't it? I'm not peeing. The only problem with these Pyrex measuring cups, they're fucking great, I love it, but you gotta, I kinda gotta get down, eyeball it a little bit. Okay. Bump of cheesecloth is definitely a professional chef term. I'm sure it is. I'm very professional. You guys like water cam? Water cam, the camera on the go. Watertown slogan used to be, Watertown, the city on the go. Making tea out of my pee. PTTP. Water cam is pretty and calming, yeah. Water cam is going to help us prove an age-old saying to be bullshit, because we're going to watch this pot until it boils, and it's going to happen. All right, what else do we do? So we're going to get the water boiling for the tea. In the mean tizzle, we're going to start getting the lembas bread going. Fuck yeah. I'm excited about that because it's the part that is sugary and bready. I'm a fat guy, so cool. Alrighty. Preheat oven. Done. Did it. Bam! Mix the flour, baking powder, and salt into a large bowl. Add the butter and mix. Okay, cool. Do. Tell us tales of the high elves. What the fuck just happened? Okay. Is everything going good? Is everything fine? Can you hear me? It's just that things have been going kind of smoothly so far, so something's about to fucking go wrong. Am I not being cool? That is how I feel, right? That's my anxiety. That's not because I'm stoned. That's like anxiety 101. Like everything's going great, so you figure something's super fucked up. You just don't know it yet. Okay, so where's my hopefully softish butter? This is softish. Okay, mix the flour, baking powder, and salt into a large bowl. And there's fucking flour everywhere immediately. Fuck you, flour. Actually, fuck you, cornstarch, which we're gonna need for this recipe too. Now remember, the flour method around these parts is you don't pack it, you don't scoop it, you don't scoop the cup in and pack it. You stir it, you stir this motherfucker up, okay? Just like this. You get it loose, and then you just lightly pile it into your cup. Like that. Okay. This is the only part I feel like where I sound like Bob Ross. Like, we're gonna lightly pile it up. We got a little bit of flour on the paper here. That's okay. We're gonna call that not a mistake. It's a motherfucking mistake! No, I mean, it's an accident. A happy accident. So it looks like that. Then we're just gonna put that right in here. Do a bump? No. No. Nope. Jackass has that kind of stuff covered. Seems pretty good. And a half a cup. 2.5 cups flour. Okay. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do it that way, stupid. Okay, let's see here. Okay, there we go. That seems about right. Okay. So, there's 2.5 cups of flour. Flour, baking powder, and salt in a large bowl. Okay. So I need a tablespoon of baking powder. Oh, this is Hearth Club, not Clabber Girl. Clabber Girl! We don't have Clabber Girl, man! Okay. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Little bit of salt, man! I have my salt in a shaker thing. I hate trying to get measurements out of it, so I poured it into this glass tub thing. Fucking one of the best decisions I've ever made. Fuck you, baking powder. I think cornstarch comes into play later. Fucking cornstarch. All right. Well, I'm just gonna use this to mix it up. Oh my god, things are going great. Okay. All right, so I need to move some stuff. I don't think I need this anymore. Okay. I'm gonna need that. I'm not gonna need that. All right, the water's gonna be boiling soon, and then we'll switch over to mixer cam. If you don't know, what this is a KitchenAid mixer, the Cadillac of mixers. A fan anonymously gave me this about a year ago. Fucking amazing. Oh, that water's starting to boil, though. Bile. Starting to bile. Don't you come in here dissing cornstarch. Look, I love that cornstarch makes things goopy, okay? I understand that kids love to make slime with it and whatnot, okay? But it's fucking a disaster in the kitchen. A goddamn unmitigated disaster. Whenever you have to use it, it's always everywhere, no matter what. Much like flour. But flour, baby, I'll never fight with you. So, okay, add the butter and mix well till fine granules. Then add sugar and cinnamon and mix them thoroughly. Oh, I need sugar for this? Oh, brown sugar, okay. Don't worry, I had sugar either way. Okay, so we will be putting the cam on the KitchenAid, but I'm going to get it started without the cam being on it. Because I want to get this going. So. Timmy's made of sugar, confirmed. Yeah, that's the thing is like, when Trevor wrote the hot dog sketch, it's like, you're on the right path, man. Of me eating too much of stuff, but it should have been fucking cookies. And I don't think he ever figured that out. Even when later on, when I would send him cookies in the mail all the time. Well, at least a few times. Because I make cookies. I'm a fat guy, I love cookies. You know? It's my genetic disposition. My mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother. The ginger molasses cookie recipe that I use is from my step-grandma. Before that, we had a recipe from my great-grandmother, who my daughter's named after, who was like living in a fucking dirt hut in the Dust Bowl, was born in 1887, lived to 105. So she, her recipe card for molasses cookies was just like, you need some flour, some sugar, like there was no measurements. Hot water for the soup? No. The soup is in the pressure cooker, hopefully not exploding. This is for the tea that I'm going to make. But first, we're going to have to mute the microphone and do a little stirring. Okay, I gotta read this comment. I'm too lazy to do it, says... Oh, and thank you for subscribing for 5 months as well. Timmy, I'm too lazy to do it, says Timmy. When I was 16, you did a stand-up show at a brewery in Minneapolis. That would be my brother's, the place where my brother worked, Day Block, right? That had pizza. He was like the pizza designer there. Anyways, when I was 16, you did a stand-up show at a brewery. I went to the show, and after it was over, I asked for an autograph and mentioned that I had watched Whitest Kids since I was 12. On the note, you said, thanks for making me feel old, jerk. That sounds like me. Hey, we got boiling! Yeah! Yeah, those shows were great. Were you at the early or the late show? I bet you were at the early show since you were 12. Because, was I with a guy named Andy that sort of looked like me, only with a mustache and glasses? So... add to boiling water, cook for 5 to 7 minutes. So here's our cheesecloth. This has mint. Maybe not enough mint. Maybe I should put some more mint in there. That's fine. It has mint, garlic, and ginger. It's a cheesecloth, so that means it'll soak through. It's like a homemade tea bag, right? So we're going to put that in there. Bam. We're going to time for 7 minutes. Fuck this timer. We got to use the pig. Alright, we're going to use the pig here. It says do it for 7 minutes. There he is. He's set for 7 minutes. Where is the camera? There we go. I didn't see the answer. I just did it again? I just did what again? No, my brother's name is not Andy Williams. The stand-up I was with is Andy. It was the early show. Okay, I remember the early show because we were not supposed to be dirty at the early show. And wasn't the mayor, not the mayor, but wasn't someone who's running for mayor at that show? Holy fucking shit. Okay, this is probably fine. Let me reposition this motherfucker right here. Okay, whoops, woo. Okay. Alright, so we got the, it says get the butter to granules. That looks pretty goddamn granule to me. Right? I don't see any big butter clumps. There's a few. Nope, those are just flour clumps. Okay. Alright, this seems good to me. Okay, cool. So, let's get back on it. No butt stuff at the early show. Tea sounds like clashing flavors. No, I think it'll be fine. But you can write LOL at the end of your sentences, which makes it sound patronizing anyways. Okay, so, okay. Then add the sugar and cinnamon and mix them thoroughly. Okay. Third cup of brown sugar. Teaspoon of cinnamon. It's a thing. It's a thing with me, the LOL thing. It's a thing. Use mushroom tea. Yo, a lot of people, and rightfully so, but here Lord of the Rings are like, drugs! That's not that easy of a jump. If you're making the actual recipes from the books and stuff, like, yeah, Athelas definitely sounds like weed, but, and they eat mushrooms and stuff, and there are mushroom recipes, and I am going to do another Lord of the Rings night in the fall and make more hearty recipes, and probably do some mushroom stuff then, but just jump into like, oh, but it's not Lord of the Rings, there's not mushrooms. Okay. So, add the sugar and cinnamon and mix them thoroughly. You got it. Mars update? Question mark? Not a question? Question mark? Okay. Gonna. I should make Ninja Turtle pizzas. So it'd be big floppy New York style, right? And then, what did they eat on pizza? They liked anchovies, right? Super cheesy? Okay. Alright, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? I just realized when I have the thing down, that's all you can see, so I'll change that. Triple cheese and pepperoni. Yeah, well, no, in one of the films you can hear them order it, right? Okay, so now we put in... Add the sugar and cinnamon. Okay, finally add cream, honey, and vanilla. God damn, this is gonna taste good. This shit's gonna be great. Lembas bread, baby. So I'm assuming that if I were to be kidnapped by orcs and taken across country on a jaunt, I could eat. I'll be able to eat this. I'll have it wrapped up in a leaf, and I'll be. Oh, I should have gotten some big leaves of some kind to wrap it in. Fuck. I'll do it next time. I'll do it again. I'll probably want to make this again. Okay. Finally, add the cream, honey, and vanilla. Okay. Oh, now we're gonna want a dough though, because we're talking about dough. So I might have to grab out the dough hook, baby. I did it. Can I ask how you stream this? I want to do a kitchen stream myself, but I feel like my phone sucks for streaming. Yeah. If you don't want to get into it right now, though, don't. No worries. I will in just a second. In just a moment, I will, because that's a good question, and I've recently majorly changed how I did it, how I do it. So, got a dough hook. Make it vegan, too late. I was just thinking about it. I might do it again. Maybe next time I make it, if I do a fall show, I'll do one of the ingredients vegan. Okay, so add the cream, honey, and vanilla and stir until a nice thick dough forms. Okay, how much? Half a teaspoon of vanilla, only a half a teaspoon of honey. All right. Well, we're putting honey in the other stuff anyways. Okay. Where did my vanilla go? God damn it. Okay. Half teaspoon of vanilla, half teaspoon of honey. Okay. So I'm going to want to get this going pretty quick. So we'll go boom, bam, and then get the honey. So this is unprocessed honey, so it gets all hard and weird. My daughter likes to have honey in the mornings quite a bit. So what I did, this got all hard and strange. I got some water boiling. A lot of you might know this trick, but it got all hard and crusty, right? So I got some water boiling and got it loosened up by, I got the water boiling, then I didn't stick it in there while the water was boiling, but like let the water sit for a second and then just put the whole honey jar sitting in there and it loosened up, and it's still, and that was like 3 weeks ago, so it's still going good. So very happy about that. Okay. All right, let's get this shit. Let's get this stuff into dough. I don't want you to think it's shit. Oh, fuck, I didn't get the soup out. Oh, I think we're supposed to do natural release. That's okay. That shit's going crazy. Woo! Does Margaret like to cook? Yeah, we do some cooking together. Alrighty, so let's get the dough started. Oh yeah. I'm excited for this. Oh, everything's happening! Alright, so what's the next step with the tea? You know what? This is not, it's, right now, if someone tuned in right now, they'd probably be like, what the fuck is this? There's geyser, there's mechanicals, there's boiling, there's timers. But actually, things are rather under control. Okay, turn off heat and add lemon juice, which I didn't fucking get ready. That's okay. How much lemon juice did I need? Juice of 2 lemons. Dude, that thing is still going. Cooking with Terry Gilliam? Yeah, but you won't see me make a joke at trans people's expense. Okay. I'm just kidding. His film, well, not really. His films are great, but he's turned into one of those old guys that likes to pretend that nothing is safe because you can't just kick people while they're down. Needs to turn off. Alright, so that's fine for now. We need to get the there's a lot happening here. Okay, so that glob in that water is cheesecloth with garlic, ginger, and mint in it. So we're going to use this wooden fork because I just felt more old school since it's Lord of the Rings. So there it is. Here. See? Oh, there it is. See? Yes. I'm not going to throw it away yet. I feel like there's something you can do with it. So I'm going to drop it there. Now we put in the juice of 2 lemons. Look how big this lemon is, though. Fucking South Dakota, baby. Look Look at that. That's fucking huge. That's a big lemon. Good. Transfer to an insulated teapot. Into each cup, add a teaspoon of honey and echinacea extract. I got echinacea extract, but it's funny that they're insulated teapot. It's like, what am I, a fucking grandma? But I do have a teapot. But I'm just gonna drink some of this and then figure out what to do with the rest of it later. I'm trying to. What I'm doing with that knife that looks stupid, whatever the thing I was just doing that looked like it might not have been a good idea, I was just trying to get all the pulp out of my juicer here. Let the juice come through. This juicer I bought at a thrift store many years ago. See, I watched the movie The Soldier last night. I also watched Alligator for the first time recently, which is great. I watched the movie The Furies on Shudder, which I thought was pretty good. Cheesecloth is handy to have around. I haven't had it in years, but I went and got it again. Yeah, tiny spatula. Here's the thing: is so my sister-in-law, my brother's wife. One of my brothers who was married, their wife, gave me a bunch of cooking stuff for my daughter when she was really little. And these little tiny spatulas are one of them, but goddamn, they're useful, because when you put something sticky in a measuring spoon, you just use these to get right in there. It's pretty cool. So I like that. Okay, so juice of 2 lemons. Now it says put in an insulated teapot, so I think I might try and transfer this to my dirty-ass normal teapot. I mean, it's dirty on the outside. Obviously, it's fine on the inside because it's constantly boiling water. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like there's not a safe way to transfer it. Well, let me see here. There's a lot of different flavors involved. Whoever was mouthing off and said it might clash, they were, not totally wrong to be thinking that. But also watch your goddamn mouth. Just kidding. Okay. So, I'm going to pour this into the teapot. Okay? I'm going to do it over, not my bare feet. I'm going to do it over the sink. Okay. This seems to not be a terrible idea, right? It seems like maybe I'm doing a smart thing. Okay, so someone was asking me how I shoot this. So when I started Zucchini Boiz, I would do a laptop. That glass is very hot. Why'd I do that? A laptop with a webcam just attached to the top of the laptop. And use OBS, set up some elements, and just shoot it just point it this way, okay? And then a bunch of fans. Well, Sam's brother Nate was kind of the spearhead on this, but Nate and a bunch of fans, and Sam, and the remaining whitest kids, because it's like in December, they got together, and they started sending me parts for a new computer. And so I got a new computer, and it was awesome, and I built it. So then for a few times, I would have the camera on the laptop, and then that would be feeding into a Discord through the big nice computer. They could handle the streaming and all that and do it that way. Then the laptop stopped working for no fucking apparent reason. And so then I got a cart for my laptop tower. I moved the computer. It used to be over in this room. Or at a different part of this room. Now it's like right there, right? Is where I normally have it. And I put the tower on a cart. So now I have all the elements hooked into this very fast, awesome PC tower, and I just wheel it over here. So, it's like, here. It's right down. Yeah, there's so much shit. Where's the? Okay, there. Can you see it? Where the fuck is it? There we go. It's right down there. See, on a cart. So it's pretty cool. So now, which is really the best way. Everything's on one fucking unit, and I just turn it. I just wheel it over here. It's very handy. It takes me very little time to get that set up. So, yeah, building the computer was a fun stream. Because, like, the Brown boys, bless their souls, and they would, like, they explain too many things. And I was just like, okay, but I want to get this done before 3. Alrighty, so let's drink a tea. Let's enjoy one of our finished products, then we can have some soup too. So, gotta use this teacup. Okay, so, and then it says put a teaspoon of tea of honey in there, and echinacea. Alright. So, the Trevathon. How much echinacea are we supposed to put? One milliliter. Okay. Okay, so it says 28 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We'll just do that. Okay. You're gonna go watch some stuff with the wife? Watch this, buttfucker! Just kidding, buttfucker is not a derogatory term. It's cool to fuck butts. Whoever wants to, go for it. I meant like, you're a jerk. That's what I meant. So I should just said that. Okay. That's such a dumb measurement, 28 drops? No, you literally watch 28 drops go. It works, trust me. Okay. Then but you're really upset about it, so I hope you're okay. So, and then teaspoon of honey, or to taste. Honey fucking rules, so let's put a bunch in. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna pour some of this in. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit and see how it ends up. There's a Thelis tea. Excited to see what that's like. And who knows what the hell this soup is gonna be. So let's grab the instructions here. God, I'm just putting everything everywhere. Okay. What was in the dropper? Just adrenochrome. Okay. Oh! Mix cornstarch and water. Fuck you, cornstarch. 3 tablespoons cornstarch, 3 tablespoons water. I forgot I had to do that. What time is it? 6:22? Doing great. I do gotta get this lembas bread cooking though. One, 2, 3. One. Oh God. 2. I'm getting water out of a Brita filter, by the way. In case anyone wonders what the hell that's all about. So I was gonna watch some westerns tonight that I bought and never watched. A Town Called Hell and The Revengers, but maybe I'll watch a horror movie. What do you guys think? What's good to watch on a lovely Saturday night? Okay, so we're going to I love it when I ask a question and then leave. Okay, so that soup looks like soup. We're going to stir this in and now cook it for, what does it say? Like, I think 12 minutes is what it said. Alright. Catch up on The Boys. Now, I don't watch a lot of TV shows. I haven't watched one episode of The Boys. I'm sure I would like it. I'm really bad at watching TV shows. I think it's an ADHD thing. I just like feel like I have all these things stacked in my head like that I have to do, right? Like that are things you don't have to do, like watching a TV show, reading all these books or whatever. And I get like all excited about making sure I'm doing it, you know, and then it turns to not be fun. So it's just hard for me to like watch all the episodes of a show. Using potato masher, mashed potatoes in small pieces, add cream, salt, and pepper. Okay, so that's not happening yet with this, but so the soup recipe calls for light cream. Heavy cream, okay, that's heavy whipping cream. It's expensive as fuck. This is like almost $6. And but we know what heavy cream is. But it says light cream, which can be hard to like. What is light cream? So, I looked up. I guess it could be like coffee creamer, but also it said just use 2% milk. So I just got some 2% milk, and I'm just going to use that. So. The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I started watching it, and then got distracted and didn't finish it. I think I'll probably do that. I'll catch up on that sometime. Oh god, I just spilled milk everywhere. That's ready for later. Okay. Oh, fucking shit! Good lord! Alright. Okay. And salt and pepper to taste. Salt and pepper to taste. Just add it to taste. I gotta clean up all this fucking milk, and then I gotta go see what the soup is doing, because I'm supposed to be stirring it constantly, and I'm definitely not doing that. Okay. Oh, yes. For some reason, when I just pounded on that bowl, it sounded like the beginning of Men at Work's Down Under. Do 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 do. Woo 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 woo. I don't know if anyone is here who follows me on Twitter. I don't know if you followed my instructions about a half an hour before I started the show. I said, listen to this song by the band Sweet. The song was, I forget which song it was. Set Me Free? God, Sweet is fucking awesome. Sweet is sweet. Okay. We need a potato masher. Okay, fucking hell, I really need to get this lembas bread cooking, though. Didn't know I had Twitter. Whoops, who cares? It's fine, I'm not mad. Don't worry about it. Alright, let's check out this dough here, huh? I know I'm supposed to be stirring the soup, but we'll get there. You've never watched a show before. I want you to know something. This is one of the least hectic Zucchini Boiz I've had ever. Tea going cold. How is it tasting? I didn't know you could measure the cup sitting here in a state that you're probably not in. But thanks for letting me know. I don't like super hot stuff, so I let stuff sit for a little bit, which you could have just asked that. It tastes very good. Lemony, obviously, but yeah, it's good. All right. And I have not been very sassy tonight. You can ask people who know. But I don't don't like confident I don't like the whole confident misinformation kind of thing that people do. Like, your tea's going cold. How the fuck? Like, honestly, I'm not trying to insult you, but really, how would you know that? You have no fucking clue, right? Plus, the water was boiling, so it is actually still very warm and pleasant. This soup, though, is gonna fucking explode, so let me... But it's a very pleasant temperature right now. But, I mean, that's the thing, is I'm not trying to say, like, how the fuck, you're stupid, but, like, seriously, think about it before you ask somebody. How would you know that? So why don't you just ask, like, hey, how's the tea? Are you gonna let it get cold? You know, like, I'm not trying to tell people I'm better than them or school people, but there is a movement in this country to just assume you know everything and to lose all of our manners towards talking to each other. And let's not. Whew. This is the least amount of fridge door left open I've seen in a while. Thank you. I take that very highly respectable comment. I think this soup, I'm just gonna fucking say it's done and start mashing it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I got the roller out and then I ADD'd it away. Where the fuck? Oh, it is still right here. Okay. Barb, my tea is fine. Where did I find these recipes? Okay, so go to Whitest Kids Reddit. I posted about it earlier, or my Twitter at Timmy is a Nerd, or my Instagram at Timmy Williams is Pretty, or my Facebook, which is Timmy Williams. Whenever I do Zucchini Boiz, I post the day of, I post the time, and I post a link to the recipes. This is a blog by a bunch of Middle Earth nerds, and all the recipes are from the same place. So, let's see. Roll the dough out about a 1/2 inch thickness. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. It's actually a little thin. It's fine. So, okay, so cut out 3-inch squares and transfer the dough to a cookie sheet. I'm so fucking stoked for this. Y'all stoked? Because I can tell you, I just had a little tiny nibble of the dough. There's no eggs or anything, so it's fine, right? I just had a little tiny nibble of the dough, and it's fucking delicious. So we're going to get that in there, and then I'm going to finish off the soup and eat the soup. Oh my god. Alright, so the mixer is out of the lineup for now, so we'll just move that. I'm not going to need the flour. So put that down here. Oh, heavy. Put that all the way back here. Oh. Okay. All right, here's this. Roll the dough, cut out 3-inch squares and transfer the dough to a cookie sheet. All right, so how do I do that? Okay. This was only used to cut butter, I believe. Is lembas like challah bread? No. Lembas, okay, so if you're not a Lord of the Rings nerd, allow me to be a fucking man about it. And tell you, the lembas bread is served by the elves to the people of the Fellowship of the Ring. And it's like a magical bread that when you eat it, it kind of instantly makes you feel replenished and full, you know? So. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright, so this, that, and that we're going to re-roll. Just like, you know, like when you don't get a nat 20. RPG bread. Yeah, totally. And I just said re-roll. So, okay, cut out 3 squares, transfer the dough to a cookie sheet. Now, are these going to fall apart on me? No, not really. Okay. Oh, let's turn this guy around now. God, I love having a second camera. Oh, and so when whoever was asking me about how I do this, so I when they sent me all the new gear and the computer to build, they also, because Nate's so fucking smart, he made sure to include a new camera, a second camera. And this camera is not fantastic, but we figured out eventually that it just needs to be lit well, and then it looks pretty good. So I think it looks good right now. It's been said before that when it's not lit well, it looks like a prison security camera. Okay, so the last thing is crisscross each square from corner to corner with a knife, lightly, not cutting through the dough. Okay. Lightly, 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 lightly. I believe the lembas bread looked like this with a crisscross, which is why you do this. Lightly, lightly. And my daughter, who is 10, almost 11, and we're just reading Lord of the Rings right now, I told her I'm making this, but she's going to be fucking stoked, because I'm going to tell you, baking is the thing I'm best at, and this stuff tastes and smells fucking amazing. And it's not even baked yet, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this goes in for 12 minutes. That. This one, no, we can use the pig again. He's a good man, good man. Okay. Okay. Let cool completely before eating. This bread tastes better room temperature and dry. Interesting. Okay, so back to the soup. Mashed potatoes, add cream, salt, and pepper. Heat about 5 more minutes. Okay, so let's get back to the soup. I hope I didn't let it turn it into goop. Probably be okay. I will still eat it. It'll probably be good. And then I'll say, beat it. Turn off the stream. Let me be. I gotta jerk off and I don't want you to see. Yeah? You know, the potatoes kind of fell apart on their own in here. So I don't really mind what's happening in here. That's good. I guess I could maybe put it in a blender or use an immersion blender. You know what? Okay, so every once in a while I'll be cooking. And I'll get frustrated because I don't have the right tool to do something weird. And tell my daughter, like, write down that I need this for Father's Day or my birthday. And here Father's Day's coming up. And I know that I told my daughter recently, I need that, but I can't fucking remember what that was. Okay. Add cream, salt, and pepper. Heat about 5 minutes. Okay. So here's the light cream, which is just 2% milk. It's going in there. But I think an immersion blender was the thing. And then salt and pepper. Is there any salt left in here? No. We need pepper, though. I completely ignored the advice that I asked for about what movies to watch, so I knew I would. Oops. Sorry. I'm throwing the chunks of salt in. Excuse me. Okay. Hopefully your daughter remembers. No, she doesn't. She's related to me. Okay. So, we're going to do that. I think this soup is going to be good. We'll find out soon. Okay. Soggy lembas biscuit? Can you encore with... Oh! Timmy, can you encore butt stuff in your pussy? Timmy Williams made a butt stuff in your pussy. He was playing Doom, then butt stuff in your pussy. The soundtrack made this melody, so he said butt stuff in your pussy. He's just so cool at butt stuff in your pussy. We love it when there's butt stuff in your pussy. He's got the butt stuff in his pussy. Butt stuff, Butt stuff in your pussy, 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 butt stuff in your pussy. I don't even know if that's the right tune anymore. I'm gonna get back to. I see Timmy is singing the official Doom soundtrack. Yes, I'm gonna get back to playing the Doom series soon. I know I owe y'all some Doom streams. I will be at Doom 64, and then once I beat that, I'll be playing Doom 2019, or no, Doom 2016, and then Doom Eternal. So before someone says, why do you hate Doom 3 more than you hate bad people? That's not the thing. It's just that I'm playing the storyline, and Doom 3 is not part of it. Also, I don't want to play it because it doesn't look as fun. Okay, this tea is good. Yeah, I'm into it. Now, I don't want to play all the mods. I want to play the game, you know, that they made, and then get into the newer Dooms, which I fucking love. Okay, this stuff start bubbling up again a little bit. I'm ready to eat soup. Now you're supposed to put bacon in this. I did not, so this is definitely vegetarian, although it's not vegan. So sorry. Bust up in your pussy. I'm so excited to eat this lembas bread. What's the piggy say? Oh, the piggy says we're getting close. About halfway done. Is Final Doom in 64 the same, or the 64 levels totally different? I'm pretty sure 64 levels. It's a completely different game, isn't it? There's a Duke Nukem movie being made? Man, they love to make movies way after when they should have. Like, remember when the Tenacious D movie came out, like 5 years after we all loved them? Oh, we're halfway there. Whoa! You're eating some weird bread. Read a book. Now you want to make bread. Whoa! You're making all the book bread. Make a double bread. Speaking of book food, 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 book food. What other fucking streamer references John Bon Jovi and then immediately goes into KRS-One? Nobody! That's why I'm the fucking best, even though there's that dude in Korea that gets like 15,000 people watching every cooking show. Anyways, book food. I really want to do a Redwall cooking sometime, because if you ever read the Redwall books, it's like fucking... That guy, he's dead now, Brian Jakes, he fucking loved describing food. So, yeah. I'm gonna eat some of this soup. This does look very good. Time to sample soup with butt stuff in your pussy. Let's try the soup with butt stuff in your pussy. There was supposed to be crispy bacon that you sprinkle on top, but I didn't do it. Favorite karaoke song, Timmy? Well, I used to host karaoke. Me and Sam and a couple other friends, I used to always talk them into doing In Vogue, Never Gonna Get It. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna... But I would always fucking bogart the mic and kind of be a fucking diva, so I don't think they liked singing it with me. But I liked singing it, because I would always be in the front, whoa, whoa, whoa! And there's a rap part, and I would do the rap part like, I'm out the door! You know? Rainbow Connection. Windy by the Association and Headbang during the flute parts. Livin' La Vida Loca is a fun one to do. Oh, and I was just talking about Sweet earlier. Ballroom Blitz. If you, the original version of Ballroom Blitz, you know, not with Tia Carrere's vocals, but the original version, those... It's fun to sing as they go, are you ready, boys? Andy? Okay, let's go! Like, that's really fun to sing. Anyway, this soup, it's kind of creamy. hot. It's really hot. Really, really, really hot. It's hot. And Wendy has stormy eyes that pull at the side. Did I blow out the mic? Did it mute me? Yeah, the soup's going to be good when it's not boiling hot. I kind of wonder if I went too far. Oh, there we go. And my upstairs neighbor said he'd be gone, so I hope he's gone. Because that was so fucking loud. Rob, I'm sorry. Oh, no, he's in Idaho. He sent me pictures. That's fine. Rob's in Idaho, Barb. Time or she's a lady. That's a good one. But yeah, doing Rainbow Connection, then changing the voice every line, like, why are there so many songs about rainbows? That's part of what rainbows do, you know. Oh, Eagles? No. And whenever I would work in radio, like if the Eagles or Journey come up, fucking cut them out. Nope. No ska songs at karaoke. It's about what's in the book, so, you know. Never had to knock on wood. It's about your only choice. It's good. Casey Musgraves, didn't she do a good version of a Spoonful of Sugar for Mary Poppins? Yeah, dude, Muppet Medley. Yeah, I want to give you another peek at the soup too. I was just about to do that. The soup could use a little flavor, but it's good. I think that's why you're supposed to put bacon in it. But also, let's be honest about something. That soup has cream and fresh green onions and stuff in it. And so, is it a proper and accurate version of what Sam and Frodo and Smeagol were eating on the road to Mordor? Probably not. They didn't have access to that stuff. Their soup was, or I can't remember, did they make it or was he just talking about how much he would love to eat it? I think maybe it was the second one. There's the soup. Let me get the ladle going. Ladle for my soup, stirring all the soup. Ladle of the soup, stirring for your soup. Okay, let's check out the lembas bread. Now my fingers hurt. Okay. Oh, fuck yeah. They look a little underdone maybe, but look at this shit, kids. Enjoy your look at the soup. Because Papa's got a brand new bread. Oh yeah. Okay, so, oh, they seem nice and crusty on the top. Until it is set and lightly golden. It is definitely set. Let me check a bottom of one. Yeah, I'm going to bake it for like 2 more minutes. Alright. Yeah, the soup will be better in a few days, you're right. They make it before seeing the Oliphants. Oh, okay. Thank you. Soup Lord. Soup talk for your book soup. Book soup. Book your soup. Anyways, Redwall books are about talking animals fighting each other with swords. They're actually pretty great. But Brian Jakes wrote like 20 of them. I've only read, first 9 or 10. Long time ago, like when I was a kid. I did buy some to reread. Haven't gotten into it yet. Anyways, when he described food, it's like all bets were off. Because for all the time, the animals, even in the midst of a war against evil rats, they would have like a sweet-ass banquet with deeper in ever pie. That's what the moles would bring, deeper in ever pie. The otters would make hot root soup, which is like a pepper soup. Do you play D&D? Sir D. Petron. Okay. Do you have a YouTube? If you do, you should go to youtube.com/official WKUK and look for Buckerson and Myers. And if you've seen that and are asking anyways, I am trying to actually get some local friends into doing tabletop just because I miss it. And, you know, maybe I'll get the other Whitest kids to do it again. But that is a sore spot for us because that was such a Trevor thing. And with him gone, it's really a sad thing to think about, even just barely talking about it. So, there you go. Hot root soup does, I'm probably not explaining it great. But then, you know, like the squirrels would make a bunch of honey nut treats. The mice would make, like, lots of good cheese dishes. So it was cool because he would go with recipes. These were sentient animals. They wore clothes and they had churches and buildings and stuff. But, no, motherfucker. Okay. But, the animals would eat the stuff you kind of stereotype them with eating. Like, you know, squirrels make stuff with nuts and the mice would make stuff with cheese, you know. So. That looks fucking good. Yeah, cider portrait. If you don't know about it, if you don't know, now you know, buddy. By the way, talking about karaoke. So whenever I would karaoke a rap song, obviously I'm not gonna deploy some of those words they love to use all the time. But whenever they would say N-word, I would just sub in "buddy" every time. It's pretty funny that way. Like doing "Forgot About Dre," like buddies with no. Buddies don't know me. Buddies just know snowmobiles and no skis. Buddies that hate it on. Yeah, that's pretty good. Definitely a good option if you want to sing gangster rap and don't want to be a dick. Oh, that would not happen, Mr. Sullivan's. Honey Nut Treats are from Skyrim? Yeah, well... they probably got that from Redwall. So when it comes to, well, this I don't need the big floppy spatula. Let's use the regular cookie spatula. I'm gonna go put these over on the cooling rack here. What time is it? Ah, jeez. I'm going to send my daughter a picture of this limbus bread. She's going to fucking flip out. I'm moving this because I'm going to bake those last two chunks of it. But also, if you have kids, and if your kids like Lord of the Rings, this is a really easy recipe. You know, you might have noticed there was a good amount of ingredients, but nothing too complicated. Not a lot of prep. So, I'm going to make it with my kid sometime. And definitely a good one to make with yours, like when you're reading the books. They love that kind of stuff. Kids are easy. You just bake shit with them and read with them. It's fine. There's an official D&D cookbook. You know what another fun thing would be to do? That's a good idea, sorry. Another fun thing would be to do video game recipes. Someone was just mentioning Skyrim. A lot of good recipes there you could do. Zelda. I know there's a cookbook out there. I know there's people that have made the cake from the Portal series. You know, stuff like that. Real gangsters are anti-swearing at this point, really? Like, are you talking about like newer gangster rap, or what are you talking about? Yeah, Lashada, you're probably right, and they're smaller, but we'll see what happens. Star Wars cuisine, also a good idea. So the soup is getting a skin on it when I let it sit, which I guess is fine, but it's probably because I had all that cream in there and I got it too warm. The official Whitest Kids cookbook? Yeah, I don't know what would be in it. I mean, everything I do is I get off the internet, so I feel weird publishing a cookbook and These will be making money off of other people's stuff. Would rather not. Some people don't believe in plagiarism, but I do, and I don't want to do it. Well, the soup is good. The tea is good. The lembas bread, I'm going to find out here in a moment. But I would be very surprised if it's not fucking amazing. So. But so one reason you cut it into corners is because that's kind of what they do in the book, is they eat little pieces at a time. So here, I turned the other camera off, but so that's the inside of the bread. Are we focused on that? Let's see here. Yeah, you can see it there. It's pretty good. Now it says you're supposed to let it dry out. I will eat one dry for sure, but. Good. It's a little flour-y. It's good though. It is dense like a biscuit, yep. Because there wasn't baking soda in there, there was baking powder. And obviously the lembas and the Athelas tea together. That's party time. Yeah. So-called 1414. I said after I already started the stream, I was like, shit! I should track down some big leaves to wrap it in. Okay, lembas bread is good. It's very good. I'm in South Dakota in June. Where would I get big leaves? What do you think? I suppose, there is a Mexican grocery store next to a Mexican restaurant. And they do tamales. Oh, yeah, duh, corn. I would just use corn stalks. That's what I would do. Corn husks. That's what I'll do next time. I'll get some corn husks and wrap them in that. Could you get banana leaves at Walmart? I suppose they do have some ethnic stuff there. No, there's farmers markets here, but giant leaves. I mean, what would grow, you could grow a banana tree here, but you'd never get to fruit, but I suppose you could get the leaves. Is that a vintage Marvel shirt? No, this is the characters are the vintage versions, but it's from Target. My kid did softball. We had rummage sales. We actually did it twice. We had enough to buy her. She wanted to get dress shoes the first time with our loot from the rummage sale. So we went. They didn't have the dress shoes she wants, so she got combat boots. And then for the second rummage sale, we earned enough again to get her softball gear. So we got the helmet and softball pants, and socks, and cleats. All that stuff. Helmet being a batting helmet with a face cage on it. And it was only $120, for all that stuff. Pretty good. '90s are going to get in with the combat boots, yes. So, what's funny about that is kids now, kids are getting combat boots and Chuck Taylors, Converse Chuck Taylors again. So I was into punk ska stuff in the mid '90s through the early 2000s, right? And a little bit earlier than that, that's just when I got into it. But my friends were, a lot of my friends are fucking punk as fuck. Some of them, wood glue, Liberty spikes, and all that. So all of us were wearing Converse Chuck Taylors or combat boots. But at that point, they were so we all have terrible feet now because those shoes back then, Chuck Taylors and combat boots, were nothing inside. It's just a canvas fucking container for your foot. And so we're all flat-footed and have fucking leg pain, right? But now, when my daughter got these combat boots, and we were looking at Chucky's, those shits are luxurious inside. There's padding and, they got the curved sole, and hers even have zippers on the side to put them on more easily. Fucking great, Yeah, I was in a ska punk band, but I don't know if that's why you're flat-footed. I don't know if that's why I'm flat-footed, but it's not a bad theory, right? Someone asked me a question I wanted to get to. Where'd it go? Oh, what do you think of the Disney Plus, Marvel, and Star Wars content? You know, every show's different, but I've enjoyed it. And just as someone who lived through the Star Wars drought of the 90s, it's just a pleasure to have more content to watch. Favorite so far has been Mandalorian Season 2, probably. And as the Marvel stuff, I really liked the Hawkeye show, and I think Miss Marvel's going to be good, which, you know, some Marvel fans, probably not the ones that hang out in here, but some Marvel fans don't like it because it's not a white boy. But it seems like it's going to be a lot of fun show. Man, and am I ever sick of this? You know, the lady that plays the villain on the Obi-Wan show, you know, gets a lot of crap, and I think she's doing fine. And what's funny is, so a bunch of racist people like went after her, and then a lot of people, other people are like, yeah, she sucks. I mean, I'm not racist, but I just hate her acting. And so when some people will bring up the show to me, and the first thing they'll say is like, I just hate that actress. It's like, I think she's a bad actress. It's like, all right. Because it just seems like it's you're engaging in code words. I don't think she's that bad, you know? I liked it. Hawkeye was good. If you've skipped Hawkeye and are a Marvel fan, I think it's worth watching. Yeah, Hawkeye was the first one of those shows where I'm like, I want to see more right now. Moon Knight was really cool, but I just didn't get, like, at the end, it's like, what were you guys trying to do? You know? I felt like I didn't understand what they wanted to make, which is weird. Because you'd think that if you're making a Moon Knight show, you'd want to make a show about a guy being Moon Knight. Do you have any recommendations that could change my mind? What about, you know, I haven't read a ton of steampunk stuff because it's so laughable, you know, a lot of it. But I once did stand-up at a steampunk convention thing and just said, steampunk's really cool because it's like, hey, I've got an old prop dress and goggles. I'm steampunk, you know? But some of the early shit, KW Jeter? KDG? What was that guy's name? Morlock Knight, stuff like that. Some of that stuff kind of bridges fantasy and sci-fi, you know. The Shannara series, once you find out what the actual origin of the world is in the Shannara series, that can be pretty interesting because it's actually more sci-fi than you might think. However, the first book of that is just such a ripoff of Fellowship of the Ring that it's kind of hard to, like, enjoy it. But they get into some weird themes, like when they get to the sword, it's an existential thing. Like, there's some weird shit going on in those books that I love, but I feel like Terry Brooks didn't have had a grasp, which I have the same problem myself. I can grasp a good concept, I can grasp, like, funny lines in a sketch or in a script, for instance, but I'm bad at making the plot, right? And Terry Brooks is the same way, where he has this brilliant idea for this fantasy world and some really weird ideas, but then for a plot, he's just like, I'll just do Middle-earth, you know? Like, George Lucas, another guy, like, amazing world-building skills, but not huge on, like, you know, all the best Star Wars movies, he had help with the plot, you know? So, timer ASMR, you like that, huh? The new Batman was too long, or I've watched it twice. I do like it. Seems very controversial. A lot of people don't like it. I'm just not judgmental. Like, if you look at my Letterboxd account, like, I hardly ever give something less than, I think, I have given things 1 star. I gave the animated My Little Pony movie from 5, 6, 7 years ago, I gave half a star because it's fucking horrible and it gave me a migraine. And then I gave that stupid fucking Nutcracker movie from a few years ago, I gave that 1 star. I have a child, by the way, is why I've seen some of this stuff. But generally, 2.5 stars is about as low as I'll go, you know? But the Batman one, yeah, I mean, so I'm just like, I feel like there's something good about every movie, you know? I did not see the new Top Gun, no. I will get around to it. The new Batman I liked, not, you know, I'm not someone who's super beholden. I'm someone who understands both books and comics and movies, right? And so if someone adapts something, like, I don't get like, it's not exactly like the books. There's people which is fine because it's a different medium, so they have to do it differently. My favorite example is the book Little Women is fucking fantastic, right? If you adapt that straight into a movie, it's not as great. The newest version that came out in 2019 that I love and I watch it all the time, and if you look at my shelf of movies, it's like horror movie, western, ninja movie, western, ninja movie, horror movie, The Little Women, horror movie, My Friend Totoro, horror movie, you know. I loved it, and what's cool about it is she... the book Little Women it's like kind of half when they're kids and half when they're like young adults, right? Like in their 20s. And so it's all in the book, it's all linear, but in the newer movies she's going back and forth, so kind of, and so pairing those moments together, so there's actual times when she like pairs something sad from the early parts and the current parts, and they're happening like kind of together, like in scenes next to each other, and it works, you know. So my point is that it's a different medium, so you're gonna have to change how the story works sometimes. And on the other side of it, like I one time posted before one of the big Marvel movies, or it was a Spider-Man movie, I said, don't post spoilers, please, or something like that, or something about how it sucks having to avoid spoilers. And this guy goes, well, you've already read the comics. It's like, what? Like, that makes no sense. Like, people who don't know anything about the comics would just not want to get spoiled on the movie, right? But then assuming, like, you probably know that I have read the comics, right? Well, so then it's like, okay, well, but it's not like they straight adapt anything. So it's like, it still spoil it. You know what I mean? Anthony Hopkins' magic movie is totally different than the book. Anthony Hopkins made a killer marionette dummy movie called Magic. So that's a joke about Magic the Gathering. Yeah, new Beavis and Butthead movie. And did you know, aside from the new Beavis and Butthead movie that'll be on Paramount, and this might make me subscribe, they are putting the show out remastered with the music videos, which has never happened. The soup is good. It needs a little more flavor. Ooh, hot sauce. Hot sauce. Hot sauce. Hot sauce. Oh, it's time for me to stop. A little bit of hot sauce in there. Which I understand that the hobbits and Smeagol traveling through the marshes to Mount Doom probably didn't have access to Fwanks, but whatever. I read the first book. Someone says, did you ever read Artemis Fowl? I read the first book of Artemis Fowl, and I liked it, just didn't get to the other ones. Maybe I will someday. The movie fucking sucks, and I hate that guy. Who's that guy that they put in everything? Josh Gad. God. I'm sure he's a nice guy that's worked hard to get where he is, but I just can't take the energy. Really JSBX fan, I'll try that out. Yeah, my review for, Artemis Fowl I only gave 1 or 2 stars to. And it was summer of 2020 during all the George Floyd protests and stuff. So yes, there's a reason I'm bringing those two subjects up together. So when I reviewed Artemis Fowl on Letterboxd, my review was just hashtag defund Josh Gad. Did Lord of the Rings people not eat dessert? Well, most of it, no. I mean, if you think of these 3 recipes, lembas bread was something that elves gave them to eat on the road. The potato soup was something they would eat on the road. The Athelas tea, which is really good, I'm going to have some more of, was something that Aragorn makes to help Frodo heal a wound. So, no. Like, I think there's probably a few points where they eat a dessert, but I don't know. This mug, so when I did Trevor's Trevathon, you could get, everyone got a mug. It was like a plastic one. This was one that was on his desk, and I wanted the real one. So I as everybody was leaving, I switched them out. Who the hell keeps hiring Jesse Eisenberg? Well, sometimes he's been good, though. Probably. But then you get guys like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, I want to put a little more honey in there. Sometimes those guys end up putting in a good performance, though. I feel like there's an example right on the tip of my wiener. When they stay with the bear dude, they get a lot of... Not the bear dude, that's in The Hobbit. You're talking about... Are you talking about Tom Bombadil? Not plastic mugs, but it was different than this. It wasn't... They're in a different shape. It's the kind of mug you don't want. I want a classic mug. Got a hack for softening crystallized honey? Yes! And I actually said it here earlier, but probably before you got here. So, what you do, because that honey was crystallized, you get a pan of water boiling. Just like, just in one of these guys, right? You get a pan of water boiling, and then take it off. Once it's boiling, take it off, set it on a hot pad or whatever. Let it sit for just a minute or two. Then you just set your honey jar in it and submerge it as high up as you can, and let it sit there for a few minutes, and it breaks it up. And now mine was really crystallized. I put it in that hot water almost a month ago, 3 weeks ago at least, I can't remember. So it stayed, like, it fixes it for a while, You're watching Anthony Bourdain and this at the same time. What Anthony Bourdain series is it? Even if it's plastic, I'd be nervous. Yes, JSBX fan, even if it's plastic. It did warp it a little bit, but that's why you let it sit a little bit, No reservations. No reservations. Bourdain, man, it was cool. Sometimes it was like, okay, we get it, man, you're grumpy. But the guy would try anything, and the guy brought attention to all these tiny little pockets of the world. Very cool. Yeah, I haven't seen it either. That's what, like, last night I watched that movie. I was talking about The Furies. It's a newer horror movie on Shudder, and it's like from 2019. I finished watching some 1980, like, thriller kind of, spy thriller, Black Ops team kind of movie. And so then I was like, well, what's another 80s movie? Like, I'm always watching stuff from the 70s and early 80s. Because, I don't like 80s movies. Oh my god, Goonies is so good. But there were a lot of good films, like genre stuff made in the 80s, because genre was getting a lot of attention after Star Wars and, like, some of the big horror films of the early 80s. So there's a lot of good genre stuff being made. And then 70s was just the best period of everything. So I watched all the 70s stuff. So last night I was just like, well, I need to just watch something new. I have to do it, The Changeling, George C. Scott, yeah. In my review of that, I like the movie a lot, and I said a few things, but one of the things I said was just like, if you've ever wanted to watch George C. Scott call a house a son of a bitch, there you go. Because, like, it's about a haunted house, and at one point George C. Scott is like, let her go, you son of a bitch! But he's, like, yelling at the house. It's fucking great. George C. Scott does something I like to do when I don't have a shirt on, like at the swimming pool. Because he has this scene in Doctor Strangelove where he's on the phone, he goes, and just, like, slaps his belly so loud. Just like, he's like, oh, yeah, yeah. It's so funny. But yeah, 70s music and movies. Just great. I don't know, just on my fucking, it's on my thing. That doesn't sound right. Bjorn the Bear's from The Hobbit, right. But Tom Bombadil made them a lot of food. He had his, like, weird elf hot wife thing, That scene's weird. And my daughter also thought he was, like, gonna be a villain. I'm like, no, he's just kind of unnecessary. That's why he's not in the movie. That's good. What was I gonna say? Okay, so Tom Bombadil has the Frodo and his buddies over. And then he has this, like, cool river dyad, whatever, magical wife. And they talk about how pretty she is. And I just feel like there could have been a scene, maybe that Tolkien cut out, that was just where Bombadil was like the wife gets up and goes to the kitchen to get some more food. And he's just like, anybody, you know what I mean? We're like, she and I are like, we're cool, you know, so if any of you guys want to, you know, I feel like that scene was like almost in the book. Well, I think it's time to go. Favorite George C. Scott movie? I think I've really only seen those two. I'm sure I've seen other ones. Well, Doctor Strangelove, though. That's one of my favorite films, period. So, it's great. I'm going to eat a little bit more lembas bread. God damn. Okay, so now it's cooled down, and the writer of the recipe says you want it cooled down and dry. And, you want more ribs? You're having ribs? I missed that. Hell yeah, ribs. Ever make any roasted Eisniff Varts? I don't... Oh, I get it. Very funny. Okay. So, see, now it's kind of dry. Probably be a little crumbly, too. No, not really. That's good. So it's got, like, yeah, a biscuit kind of thing. Then also a little bit of like shortbread cookie. You know how a good shortbread cookie, when you bite in, it's kind of got a dry powdery thing, but then it kind of instantly melts in your mouth, like some of those Girl Scout cookies. Let's do all meats. I've done a lot of meat. Oh, did they say they're remaking The Exorcist? That's a bad idea. Why don't they remake movies that didn't work so hot? Like, there's a movie I watched last night, The Soldier. It was really cool. But it gets a little slow, and I feel like the ending wasn't quite as exciting as it could have been. So, you know. But then it has really cool scenes, like where the main character is he's at a ski slope and gets ambushed, and so he's skiing, and there's other guys skiing chasing him. He goes off of a jump, twists around, pulls out his Mack 10, and shoots another fucking skier. The guy's like, ah! And he screams. One good thing about that movie is whenever someone gets hurt, they scream their head off. Just, ah! And then he falls over. Like, so there's, like, great parts, but it's maybe not the best whole. So that's what they should remake, you know? Exactly, Rosalind Dinkin. Why not? Why not remake ones with good ideas and shit execution? I mean, I have a lot of B movies that I love, but that could be redone and be even better. Like, you know, The Godfather. Do the right thing. That's not a Kurt Russell movie. It's a different one. I liked the premise, but I felt like it could have been so much more. Zucchini Boiz. Have I ever watched The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs? Oh, yeah. So, I was a Monster Vision boy back in the 90s. And so when it was revealed that Joe Bob was returning and he'd be on Shudder, then I got Shudder and I accidentally bought it for a year. This is in 2018 when his show first came back. So I bought it for a year then, and I've renewed it every year since then because it's just a great channel. I don't even watch Joe Bob that much because I almost always have something else going on Fridays. Like, my daughter will be with me, or I'll have like a work party like last night or whatever. So, but it's great to check in and just see. At least I'll just check in and see what he's watching. And my daughter likes to see his lizard with the cowboy hat on, you know? So yeah, Joe Bob's definitely cool. Harriet the Spy remake. They just did one of those not that long ago, I think. Okay, we should raid somebody. It's Saturday night at 7. I'm sure there's lots of good options for a good raid. Let's see what we get here. Burpee. Did I watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? No. Is Steve-O on? I don't know. I think we rated him once, didn't we? I feel like we did. Yeah. Now, let's do like, I'm gonna search for something fucking random. What's a video game I like? Oh, God. Someone called you cucks? Fuck them.
Is someone just
okay, here's some random person with like an animated elf avatar instead of their own real face playing Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. What's their name? Okay.
There's something.
Okay, we're gonna raid them. Be nice. Hopefully they're cool. Who knows? Alright, we're gonna raid these people. They only have 4 people watching, so we're going in there with, what, 120 or something? So this will be fun. All right, I love you, everybody. Have a good night. Be nice to Jujutsu. See you next time on Zucchini Boiz.